Watch your head on that hatchway. Yeah, that's the galley. This is the petty officers, or the other officers.
Radio room.
Now this will be the sound room. Yeah, there's the record player.
Sometimes they teach me stuff that I don't even know about this lesson. Definitely.
This guy will.
Oh yeah, he has been. He's been a great help. All right, everybody, can I get everyone to gather around the control room?
There used to be a bronze plaque there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that told when it was commissioned, who built it, etc. But somebody stole it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think we know who did steal it. Say again? No, there was a big bronze plaque here, and it curved around there. Also, the sea strainer cap that was the famous part of this was stolen, and they put a replica in. Sorry, I didn't mean to upstage you.
Oh, no, no.
Larry's going to yell at me for saying stuff when this guy's the tour leader. I shouldn't embarrass him.
Oh, no. I encourage it. I mean...
Okay. I've been in every part of this boat, up there, in the bow room, back years ago.
That is awesome.
Back when I used to live in Chicago. I'm in Florida now. It's a long way to go for that.
Yeah, that's quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Is that everybody? Oh, no, we do have a bit more. So I'll get everyone to kind of jam here. It is quite cramped. Apologies.
If they've missed it, then tough shit.
Yeah.
Larry keeps telling them, stay together.
Stay together, guys.
Everybody, come on in.
The name of the shipyard that built it, the hull number, because 505 was the boat number, but not the hull number. And it was held on with rivets. It was riveted there, and somebody chiseled the rivets off. We know who
All
did
right,
it.
everybody.
Somebody in the museum.
Welcome to the control room.
Talk
This is
later when I'm
primarily
not
responsible for
recording.
all the movement of the U-505. This was the plainsman station, which would control its up and downward movement, and right behind this
And
gentleman
this for
in front
gentle
of me
movements.
is the helmsman station, which would control the left and right rudder. Now, aboard here we will be talking about what happened to its capture on June 4, 1944. Now, on June of 1944, one of the men aboard the U-505 noticed something along the horizon. It was a group of ships. This was the Hunter-Killer Task Group 22.3. As soon as he saw this, he ran to Captain Harold Longa, immediately told him, who knew of the dangers of the Hunter-Killer Task Group, and began to submerge this vessel. They entered a crash dive, which meant all the men aboard ran to the very front and began dogpiling on top of one another, making the front of the U-boat much heavier, allowing them to submerge much faster.
Dive, slow ahead, fast ahead, half ahead, balls to the wall.
Alrighty,
Start the
thanks to this
diesel motor.
maneuver, they were able to submerge in only 37
And these are
seconds.
electric,
Once they were under, they entered a
electric
stealth or
motor.
silent mode. All the men aboard the U-505 that were not on active duty were told to go to sleep. As a man that is sleeping not only uses up less oxygen, but also is much more quiet, allowing them to stay under much longer. Now they had to turn off all the lights to conserve the energy. It was imperative that they had to be silent, so they could not have a conversation, drop a tool, or maybe bump the side of the boat, as sound travels much faster underwater and much further. Now that pinging you guys are hearing, that's actually active sonar. That is the Hunter-Killer Task Group right above us, sending out a signal, kind of like how a bat sends a signal through echolocation, to get an approximate of the location of this vessel. If the pings got louder, it meant they got closer. That was pretty terrifying. Imagine yourselves in that scenario, being one of the Germans. All you could do in the dark was probably hold on to something, and all Captain Harold Longa could do aboard this vessel was bring the U-505 much deeper. Now this went on for pretty much prolonged periods of hours, but he had to be very mindful. He could not go too low, as he knew that the pressures of the Atlantic could crush this vessel like a tin can. The second, and even more more dangerous thing was he knew that the Hunter Killer Task Group was armed with depth charges. Now, depth charges were underwater bombs specifically designed to destroy U-boats, and it was very powerful. It did not take a direct hit to do some damage. If these were to go off, you would be hearing the sound of splashes right above you. As you guys may have guessed, one of these dark depth charges was strong enough to impact the U-505, jamming the rudder, causing it to spiral down deeper and deeper down into the Atlantic. Captain Harold Longa knew of its dangers, and if they reached 755 feet, this thing would go into it would be crushed into a tin can. So, having no other options, he raised the ballast tanks and brought the U-505 to the surface. Once it resurfaced though, it was met with 6 minutes of uninterrupted gunfire. This resulted in the death of one of the 59 men aboard the U-505 and the injury of Captain Harold Longa, who took some shrapnel to the knee.
Lost his leg off her.
Yep.
Those heavy guns, those are the pom-pom guns on the destroyer escort. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Now, once the firing ceased, Captain Harold Longa, after sustaining a few injuries, ordered all the Germans to exit, but not before scuttling or sabotaging this vessel. They opened a sea strainer, which was a pipe that led directly down into the Atlantic, flooding water aboard the U-505. The American boarding party had to work quickly. They quickly ran down, gathering all the intelligence documents that they could, and one man by the name Zenon Villacocious was brave and smart enough to actually notice the sea strainer, successfully seal it, stopping water from further flooding this vessel. Now we will be talking about what happened after they secured it down in the electric motor rooms. But before we do, I will be directing you guys to the sea strainer and through the diesel engine rooms. Now the sea strainer is right behind this, and I will be pointing to it, but everyone kindly pass through your right, and I'll meet you there.
Zenon Villacocious was member number 1500 of Sharkhunters. And one of the guys who came down the hatch right off was Wayne Pickles. He got a silver star for that. He was a member.
What is this?
Oh, that's a pressure fixture, because up above that is the actual conning tower. This is the centrale, the central control room, but then the other periscope goes into here. Here you can look through the sky scope. You have to go up there to look through the attack scope. Yeah, this is where this is a reman cover, because the guy who stole the commissioning plaque also stole the real cover. I think it's probably welded. Oh, it's not even welded down. That's good.
These are the 2 engine sides.
Yeah. The German crew on 505 named them Dick and Doof. Dick and Doof. Watch your heads. I'll tell our guide that too.
They got us padded now.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, they make these submarines out of real hard steel. Let me slide by you. This is the electric motor, the E-machine room. Let me give you a little extra, if you don't mind me.
Go ahead, sir.
Dick and Doof. That's what the 505 crew called their engines. Dick and Doof.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do this 12 hours a day for 30-something years.
That's great.
And I knew a bunch of the crews. And then Villacocious was a member of my group.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, until he died. And Wayne Pickles, one of the first guys down to hatch with a 45 in his hand and won a Silver Star, he was a member. The first skipper, Lerva, he was a member. The guy who claimed he opened the sea strainer was a member, till we found out he was selling fake things, and we threw him out. Several of the others. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What is this?
All right, everybody, welcome to the electric motor room. Now, during this part of our story, Zenon Villacocious had successfully sealed the sea strainer, but he had to be wary, as they knew that they could not simply just move this boat. They had to gain access to the manual controls to unjam the rudder. In order to do this, they had to get behind this hatch where the manual controls was located. But it was dark at the time, but they noticed something along the pipes. Now, thanks to a little bit of German engineering, they knew that parts of the U-505 actually glowed. Now, this paint, this radioactive paint, it was radioactive, but it is no longer today. Good for us. Once they got to this hatch, they knew that they couldn't simply open it. There were two possible dangers. The first danger, they knew that if they opened it, there could be further flooding that could rush in, sinking the boat. The second danger, they knew that there could be a bomb right behind this because the Germans had scuttled or sabotaged this vessel. Once Captain Harold Longo got word of this, he personally went down, not wanting to risk the lives of his men, began feeling around for any wires, took a deep breath and pulled. Luckily, nothing happened. Much later on, they did find the bomb in there, but it is said that the 3 men that had the capacity to arm the bomb were one of the first to have fled. Yeah. So down there, you'll notice the manual controls. Now, I'll give everyone a chance to take a few pictures. This still is the same floor that they had during the war, though, so please be mindful. Stay on this side as much as possible. And since we do have some time, I'll give everyone a bit of a treat. So I told the men, I told some of the people here that some parts of the U-505 is still operational. This is one of those parts. That's actually one of the original dive bells.
The dive bell.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. I'll be talking about what happened to the U-505 after the war down there, in near the stairs, but I'll give you guys a chance to take your photos. Cool.
Are you aware the gallery almost got court-martialed?
Yes, I heard.